Hello, everyone. This is Dana from NexGen, and I hope everyone is having a fantastic Friday. Well, we're almost in the middle of the year, so I thought this would be a good time to talk about doing a financial assessment. And this is part of our series of retiring at any age. So, we want to do is we want to set aside a couple of hours, and so we're approaching the weekend, so I'm thinking this is a good time to do it, and it's the end of the month. So what we want to do is we want to set aside some quiet time for about a couple of hours. Now, for some people it may not take that long, but for others it may take 2 hours or maybe a little longer, especially if this is your first time doing it. So this is what I mean when I talk about doing a financial assessment. The first thing you want to do is you want to assess your credit worthiness. Now, the reason why we're talking about assessing your credit worthiness is we want to make sure that what is reported to the 3 credit bureaus is accurate. So whatever it is, you need to look at it. Now, if this is your first time doing it, you can ask for all 3 at one time, and I will put the link in the description below so that you can get a free credit report. And what you want to do is you want to review it for accuracy. So that is one thing. Then the next thing you want to do is you want to identify all of your income. Now, when I'm talking about income, I'm specifically talking about the net income, the bring home pay. Now, we talked about it in previous videos, the difference between gross and the difference between gross and net income. So right now I'm talking about the net income, the income you bring home. And this can come from several sources or one source. It depends. So what you want to do is you want to write down your income. Then after you do that, then what you want to do is you want to write down your expenses. So the expenses could be monthly, and you may have expenses that come through quarterly. Like, for example, my water bill is a quarterly bill. But what I do is I add it up for the 12 months, and then I divide it by 12. So what I'm doing is I'm assessing on average what I will be spending per month. So this includes a mortgage if you have it, or rent, car payment if you have it, student loan payments if you have it, credit card payments if you have it. So what you want to do is you want to write down all of your expenses. Now, after that, you want to write down what your debt balance is as of today. So let's say that you have a car payment. Then you want to write down what the balance is. If you have a mortgage, you want to write down what that balance is. If you have a credit card or you have credit cards, then you want to write down what those balances are. And you want to put down for each credit card what that balance is. We're just doing an assessment. And if you have student loan debt or a personal loan, you want to make sure that you write that down. So this is what we're doing when we're talking about a financial assessment. First thing we're going to do is we're going to get a credit report from all 3 credit bureaus to make sure that the information is reported accurately. Then the next thing you're going to do is you're going to write down your income from all sources. Then you're going to write down what your monthly expenses are. Then after that, you're going to write down what your debt is. And then you want to look at it and assess some areas that you may want to improve in. And again, this exercise, I normally would set aside 2 hours every month. But if this is your first time doing it, it may take you a little bit longer. If you've done this for some time, it may take you all of 15 to 20 minutes. But assessment is knowing where you are today. I hope this information was beneficial, and I'll also include some additional information in the description below. Thank you for stopping by, and I will be talking to you soon. Have a great weekend.